The way that this system is set up is these are hopper botany plants, or pots rather, which are from the Botany mod, Botany pots specifically. And the Botany pot is just really easy. It's just terracotta with a flower pot, and it just makes you one. And you can put any type of dirt in there that it supports. It supports a lot of different types of dirt. It turns it into farmland, and then eventually it'll grow. Whatever's in there, you can see that it's getting bigger, and there's a progress bar there. Once it counts down, it's ready to harvest. So it's kind of like having farmland, but it's kind of portable. It doesn't need water or any of that, and it just keeps growing. So when you make the hopper variant of it, you just take a botany pot, put a hopper, and then as it grows, it'll auto-harvest itself and throw it into the inventory below it. Really, really, really good mods, especially for something that you just need like small stuff of. So like our farmland, we very easily could have just put our wheat, potatoes, and carrots and stuff like that in different botany plants, and we just go over here and like, ooh, I want a carrot, and you just go and click on it and you pull out a carrot. And I have it going into, because these mystical agriculture plants do have multiple drops, which will not work with a drawer. I have them going into a chest because I want to keep them. I want to keep all the extra stuff, because this fertilized essence has a 10% drop, as you can see there. And we absolutely need this, because this stuff makes the mystical fertilizer, which will instantly grow a crop or a sapling. Which some of these items, we're going to want to grow them immediately, because we're going to either want more of the seeds or something of that nature. So as you can see through here, I also wanted more rubber seeds, so that was another reason. We got some more fertilizer there. We got dye seeds and fertilized essence. Great. Nature seeds. Fantastic. So this is working out great. Very happy with all of that. And we have 5,700 inferium now. Plus, I think, like 300 more or so, whatever was over there. And we're going to need that, because in mystical agriculture, inferium is the lowest of the like 5 tiers, I think there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's something called insanium now. Holy cow, the last time I played, supremium was the only one. So there's now 6 tiers. Oh my gosh. That's an apple right there. Which we're probably going to need this, honestly, once we start fighting chaos dragons. But so it all scales. So inferium is always going to be like a bunch of the inferium stuff, and then you go up to producium, tertium, imperium, supremium, and then insanium. Now it's insanium. Insanium is a new level that I'm unaware of. So there's also farmland, which was is new to the mod, and that's what I did over here inside of these botany plants. That's why you can see kind of like this dark teal bluish farmland in here, is because I took my inferium. I'm putting an N after the R there, and I don't mean to, but y'all are going to just sit there and be like, oh yeah, I know what he meant, and we'll all move on with our lives. So it's very easy to make this farmland. It just requires one of whatever essences it is, dirt, and then a hoe. Then I upgraded it, and then I upgraded it, and then I upgraded it. So we're at Imperium for like 5 pieces right here. And this was like 2 stacks of Inferium made these. So you can see as we go down the tree here, this is what you start off with, is 4 of these guys. And then that little crystal, the infusion crystal that we got from that quest reward. Or was it a quest reward, or was it a tank? I think it was a tank, actually, or a barrel out in the ocean. So 4 of them makes 1 producium, right? And so to make to upgrade that guy is going to be another 4 of those makes 1 tertium, and etc down the chain, wherever it is. I guess I should look at the uses, and it's gonna go up, and then 4 of the blue make a red, and 4 of the red will make a purple, I'm sure, because that's how it's always worked. Yes, I'm correct. And you can see how it all scales. Everything scales. And that's kind of how the quality of everything in this mod works, where the light green thing is the very base stuff, and as you go farther, it gets crazier and crazier. So you can see we can make a Paxel as well. Actually, you can make full-on armor and swords. Like you can see down here, there's a couple of swords. And then getting up to Supremium, it's 24 attack damage in the base level sword. It doesn't look like there is the purple variants right now. There is no Insanium. Yeah, there's not. Which I'm okay with, because that would be insane. Neum. And the helmet, 6 armor, 3 toughness, 4 armor, 2 toughness, which doesn't sound like a huge upgrade, but with this one, there is mods that you can install in your gear. So when you have a tier 5 piece of gear like Supremium, you can add in the tier 5 upgrades. So you have health boost 5, wither resistance, absorption, strength 3, mining AoE 4. I don't know what that is, but it sounds awesome. Attack AoE 3. That sounds really cool. And tilling, because farming's a big part of this mod. So this is going to be incredible. They also have watering cans, which we are absolutely going to make, because the first one, very simple. The next one, it's not too bad. We make some Ethereum ingots, which are made what? Prosperity ingot with essence, right? Yeah, and prosperity is actually something I probably should have planted last night as well, because we will need a lot of this stuff too. Because it's going to be the base level of the seeds, I think, if I remember right. The uses for this: to make gemstones, the infusion crystal. Is it just that one? No, it's both of them. Okay. So I think, yeah, the master one is unlimited uses. So we'll definitely want to get to that as soon as we have enough to hit Supremium. And I think, yeah, prosperity seeds. So it looks like we can do this inside of the tempered glass jar. So there's 2 types of base seeds that you use for all of the recipes. There's prosperity, and then there's solium. So solium is going to be the base seed for basically like all living entities. So we have some sheep seeds over in our chest. The base of that one is going to be a solium seed base. And you'll see for entity ones, we're going to need soul jars, 4 of them, it seems. Which is going to need 8 units of soul per jar. And we harvest that with a very particular dagger that's in this. But the prosperity one is going to be all of the like coal seeds, right? All the base materials, ores, all that stuff is going to start with a prosperity seed. So we want to make what is it? Nether quartz? Is that what it's called? Nether quartz seeds. And so that means we're going to need a prosperity seed. And since it's a tier 3 seed, we're going to need tertium, which is a tier 3 essence, because it's the third one down the line. If that hasn't been making any sense to you guys yet. So I know back in the day, each seed used to have its own stats as well, that you could like breed 2 different types of seeds to gain like a strength and like a growth modifier and all that stuff. It looks like that's all thrown out, which honestly, good and bad. It was kind of fun breeding like tier 10 seeds, but this also simplifies things and you don't need to really worry about it. So maybe it's coming back, who knows. And so here's what it looks like in a botany plant. And depending on the soil that's there, you can see that there's a different growth modifier. And it looks like the higher the number, the less time it takes. Yeah, because Supremium, no, wait. 112. Insanium, yeah. So the higher it is, the more time it takes off of the growth timer of it. So it looks like, wow, there's FTB has their own power pot thing. Interesting. We might need to look into that because these might be pretty good too. Okay, so but for us to make some of these seeds, like our nether quartz ones, we're gonna need this altar. So basically it's one altar in the middle. That's this item right here. And then there's, what is it? 7 of these pedestals all around it. And then basically you just place the items all around it, throw whatever seed base it is in the middle, give it a redstone signal, and bada bing, you got your nether quartz seeds. It's actually pretty easy. I was a little scared about it because I was like, oh man, I'm gonna need to collect like actual entity essence of some sort, or like pump XP into it, or just something. But no, it's pretty simple. So what I'm gonna do is, since we're moving into this mod, we need to start creating buildings for things. As much as I love our like open sea base look or whatever, I want to create a little building for this mod. So I'll be back after I clear this out and set up a nice base little pad for this building. All right, so this episode is already pretty long, and I need to try to keep these around the half-hour mark just for everybody's sanity. But this is going to be the building that we're going to be working in. I'm going to do another floor, which is where we're going to plant our seeds and everything. But right now, this is where I think the altar and everything is going to go. And if I remember from the little video I watched, yes. Once you place down your altar, it'll give you little ghostly images of where you need to place your pedestals. So that is very helpful. So that is all set up. It just needs a redstone signal in the middle here. Let's just make one out of wood so it's easy to see against the stone. Not a buttoned white. I guess it's a big button. Okay, we can't place it on the actual altar itself, but that'll do. And we'll just throw a torch behind it for now. Just so the middle doesn't spawn any mobs. And what we need to do is get prosperity shards. And I've swapped back over to sand on the sluice because we actually get prosperity shards out of there. It's like a 19% chance with diamond. And I have our auto crafter here to pull 4 plus 1 wheat seed, which will give us 1 prosperity seed base. So we've made 6, which is great because I need to make 6. And we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you how I made the tertium essence. So basically, let's just take a stack of inferium and just spread that out evenly, and then we're going to use our infusion crystal, which again is this. So we need 4 of those shards basically to start off, but we get 1,000 uses out of it, and I've used it quite a bit already. And we're going to turn that into that, and you can see that we're losing more and more, and then we get even more tertium. And we can take that even farther each time, Imperium, etc., etc., etc. Darn it, I had these. Well, it doesn't matter. That was just for me to keep track of what I have. So I've decided to go with nether quartz seeds instead of the quartz enriched iron seeds, because I'd rather the base material now, and then we upgrade to the seeds later once we have plenty of nether quartz. Because right now, I have very, very little nether quartz. So that's how we're going to do that. And then I wanted to make some dirt as well for our seeds using our tertium. Also, pro tip, you make a Certus quartz hoe because it's the only one that I've seen from all of the ones that you can make. At least pretty easily. You could probably use some of the other ones, but the vanilla ones will all break after one use. And this is a material that we're not going to use. So it's good to do that. So that's how we make our farmland. And now we're going to go over to the altar and make our first seeds, which are going to be, I think they're tier 3 seeds, right? So I'll put our seed in the base there, and I think it's 4 of each. 2, 3, 4, right? Let me double check that. Quartz seeds. 4 and 4, yeah. Because there's 8 pedestals. I think earlier I said there was only 7. There's 8. And there's all of our items. They don't have to be in the same orientation as this is. You could just put them in any order as long as they're all there. We're going to press our button. A lot of work to make one thing of seeds, but we did it. We have our nether quartz seeds. And now if we plant that on some farmland, it's it's going to grow up into these guys. These essence, the nether quartz essence, that's what we actually want. And we use that. 8 of those will give us 12 nether quartz. And we're going to be planting it on the tertium, which is going to grow much faster than if it wasn't. And I think that's where we're going to end it today. Actually, I wanted to make one more botany plant to show you guys over here, because I'm going to put one of these on a botany plant while I manually farm the other ones, so that way you guys can see how I did all of that as well. Botany pot. So we need to make a pot, then a botany pot, and then I think I actually have an extra hopper. I do, and that is just combining those two into that, and there we go. And we're going to place a chest here. These other ones are faced the other way. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to pull out of this one. I've already separated these lines. When I first placed these down, they all put themselves in the same thing. And we're going to put our botany pot over that. And then I'm going to put one of these farmlands. Actually, oh, a little bit of lag there. I still have some tertium. Why don't we just go and make another set of the big stuff? Because it's always going to be better to upgrade when it comes to mystical agriculture than to not. And hopefully I have enough. I do. Whoops. I just want to make sure that there we go. Well, darn it. I just want to make sure that I have enough to make the rest of the seeds, where the rest of this can be swapped over, no problem. Look at that. We're going to put this one on Supremium, which I love the fact that you only need one to make the farmland, because, boy, that'd be awful. So we just right-click that guy in here, and then we're going to put this guy in there. And the whole thing with the tiers, by the way, is that if you have a tier 3 seed, it has to be applied on tier 3 or higher soil. So you're going to have to upgrade these anyways if you're using higher tier stuff. And you can see right there, it's already going. In fact, you can even tick accelerate this And look at it go. That's incredible. So I always wait for the first essence to actually be put inside of there correctly. I don't want the seeds and stuff in there. So there we go. We already have 13 of them, so we could already make some nether quartz. And that's all I do for that. And that's going to go. And the rest of these can be turned into seeds. And I don't think that you can put more than one thing in there. And I'm sure you could probably put hoppers. We'll figure out how to automate that later on. Right now, doesn't matter. There it is. I guess I don't need to necessarily get out of the way. This isn't dangerous. Take that out, put a new seed in, and go. So yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to do this next floor. I would show you guys, but like I said, this episode getting way too long. So I will catch you guys for the next one, where I'm not going to AFK an entire day inside of here. Where I'm probably going to be a little farmer boy, and hopefully we'll have a lot of nether quartz by then, because where did we end up? 28 of that. So 28 divided by 8, however many that is, times 16. That's how many nether quartz we just got. And I'm going to take this farmland and put it up top here and set up a way to hopefully, or figure out a way to hopefully maybe automate farming of a large area, which I think we could probably do with industrial craft. I'm not sure. So anyways, catch you guys later. Thanks again for watching. If you guys like this episode, hit the like button down below. Let me know your guys' opinions or ideas for shit. I know it's going to be a little while before you guys reach it, because your boy got like 6 episodes ahead of you right now. So I still appreciate it, because we could always go back and make things better if it's still running like shit. But hopefully, after we master mystical agriculture a little bit, maybe then we'll get our computer system going and we won't be such a mess, and we can actually start doing some advanced stuff, like maybe going out into the sea and seeing what's down here, because it looks awful down there. So bye bye.